All right, Greg, welcome to Miami. And you said it, the Marlins have started to play pretty good baseball in this town, winning 9 of their last 11. And now welcoming in the top team in baseball, the Cardinals, for the first game in a 3-game set. St. Louis with a 6-game lead in the Central. The Marlins hanging around in the National League East. Welcome inside. Joe Davis, Cliff Floyd, Ken Rosenthal down in the field. There were perhaps some questions coming into the season how Giancarlo Stanton would bounce back from getting hit in the face to finish last year. And after a bit of a slow month of May, he's turned it on here in June, and here he is leading the majors in homers and RBIs.
Yes, he is, Joe. And I think I'm very convinced when you talk about being a slugger in this game, the proof is in the stats. And you look at this guy, 16 of his 25 homers this year have been to center field or opposite field. And you have to make adjustments on the fly, knowing that they're going to pitch you differently every time you're up there. And it's just good to see a young guy in himself hit balls like that, Joe.
Cardinals have gone to 4 consecutive NLCSs. Mike Matheny trying to take them there once again this season. And despite all the issues that St. Louis has had with injuries this year, here they are still with a large lead as the best record in baseball.
Well, you talk about that, you know, those injuries, and you look at the win column and you go, well, how you do it? Supporting cast of guys when you have Tyler Lyons filling in rotation. You have a Mark Reynolds filling in. You have these guys that you just go to, and I think when you talk about Mike Matheny, he allows his guys to take on his personality and get these guys on the field consistently. That's been the key for these Cardinals these days.
It's one of 5 managers in big league history to reach the postseason in each of his first 3 years. Meanwhile, Dan Jennings taking over this Marlins squad. And after losing 5 games in a row to begin his tenure as a skipper, they've played 500 ball since mid-May. And are only a half game off of the pace of the best record in the National League East over the last month. Really, because the National League East has been so mediocre, the Marlins, despite being a disappointment so far, still hanging around just 7.5 back.
Yeah, you look at this team, and they're a frustrating bunch, but I think when you look at overall, when you talk about just being 7 games back, you're about to get a little bit healthier, Joe, and you look at this team moving forward. Once they get Jose Fernandez back, you know, once they get some of these guys back out there on the field, it allows them to feel better about themselves as they move forward. You need these guys if you're going to contend this tough NL East.
You mentioned Jose Fernandez getting ready to come back. He's announced that next Thursday, July 2nd, will be his debut, and he's continued to rehab. Was dominant last night in Jupiter. 7 innings, gave up just 1 run. And now in his 2 rehab starts, 19 strikeouts. He dominated high A hitters last night. Back with the team today. It's just down the road in the Florida State League. There's so many teams this time of year. You look at the trade deadline and say, how can we make ourselves better? But the Marlins, just some guys are going to be getting off of the disabled list, are going to improve a ton.
Yeah, and you know what? When you look at also this bullpen that's probably been their black eye thus far this season, you're going to get some of these starters back, as you mentioned, and you allow some of these guys to go down there and help that bullpen sort of get back to where you believe you can go to and they can have some roles.
And really at this point, they've got, when you consider the guys that are on the disabled list and will return, at some point here, they're going to have 8 starting pitchers to choose from to make the starting rotation. And you mentioned it, that can lead to the bullpen being improved. And the Marlins finally take the field. The Cardinals get ready to come to the plate. Here is Mike Matheny's lineup. Colton Wong will lead things off after getting Sunday off. Randall Grichuk is in the 2 spot. That means Matt Carpenter gets a scheduled day off as well. So back-to-back off days for him, coming off of the team off day yesterday. Peralta is leading the team in just about every major offensive category, with Reynolds, Hayward, and Molina in the middle. John Jay making a return to his hometown, with Scruggs and Martinez throwing for St. Louis. He'll try to get it done against Jose Urena, 23 years old, out of the Dominican, making his 6th big league start. Cliff, he had a rough start in his first big league start back in May, but since then, 4 quality starts in as many tries in June. Yeah,
when you look at his stuff, big arm, big fastball. I think the one thing that you worry about with Urena is the fact that does he have an out pitch? And we've seen that his last 3 or 4 starts where he has the out pitch working for him, whether it be the changeup or the slider, and he's getting guys to bite at it.
And has a solid defense around him, penned in by Dan Jennings tonight. one of the top defenses in baseball in certain metrics. Yelich, Ozuna, and Stanton in the outfield. Yelich a Gold Glover in his first full season last year. Derek Dietrich starting at third. Echeverria and Gordon really good up the middle for the Marlins this season. Echeverria establishing himself as one of the top fielding shortstops in the game. Justin Morse taking over at first with a Mike Morse injury. And JT Realmuto, they're excited about the future of, does the catching for Urania. Cardinals with the best record in baseball, 4 games better than anybody else. The best winning percentage on this date for the Cardinals since the 1940s. Colt Wong ready to lead it off against Urania. The roof closed, the air conditioning turned on, though it didn't feel like it during BP. You're still sweating a little bit.
I'm still sweating and trying to figure this thing out, Joe.
Urania's first pitch of the day misses low, and off we go. With Colt Wong trying to get back on track. Hitting only just above 200 in the month of June after a really good start to the season. It's 1-1. Second among second basemen in the National League. An all-star voting coming into the day. His counterpart tonight, Dee Gordon, leading the way in that category. 2-1. There is Gordon, tied for the NL lead in batting average. 2-1. Dribbled in front of the plate. Realmuto picks it. 1 gone. So Wong is retired 2-3. Cliff, take us through our keys tonight.
Well, you talk about riding the momentum of a Jose Urania, and the fact that you get 4 quality starts, you have to ride that. It's a quality start where you have to, when you look at where they are in the standings, he's going to be a big part of this rotation moving forward. And you look at the RBI chances with Giancarlo Stanton out there, guys got to get on base for him, Joe. Drive guys in and help them win some ball games. And you look at the Cards, just keep playing the way they play, man. You're in first place for a reason. These guys are doing a great job consistently every time they go out on the field.
Randall Grichuk putting together a monster road trip, hitting .389 with 3 homers during this trip. 1 ball and 1 strike. The Cardinals left fielder tonight hitting out of the 2 spot with Matt Carpenter getting the day off. Waits on this 1-1 from Urania. 2-1. Grichuk moving into an everyday role because of some of the injuries. It started in May when John Jay was shelved, and then he's stayed in that everyday role with a Matt Holliday injury. 2-1. 3 balls and a strike.
Now, I talked about this before the game. When you look at these guys and talking about the Cardinals and why they're in first place, it's because of these guys that they have that stay ready consistently every day.
Grichuk pops one up short right. It's Stanton, 2 up, 2 down. So Urania with a chance to work a 1-2-3 first inning. 23 years old out of the Dominican Republic. Now facing Johnny Peralta. Just quietly putting together another great season. Average, homers, RBIs, all leading the club. Here in his 2nd year in St. Louis. Strike 1.
Most underrated player in the game, Johnny Peralta.
Most underrated.
Bottom line, just does not get enough credit. I mean, he is so good. He's consistent. He stays even keel 162 days.
Behind Urania, 0-2. Now, since he joined the Cardinals at the beginning of last season, he's been worth more wins than any other shortstop in the game. So those numbers would agree with you, at least by his position. I mentioned it a moment ago, among the Cardinals, he's been the best hitter this year.
Especially when you lose the type of guys that they've lost. Matt Adams goes down. Matt Holliday goes down. And you have guys like him just step up. And Mike Matheny can throw him in a 4-hole, a 5-hole, whatever. And he just does his job.
Mike Matheny was raving to us about him prior to the game today what an example he sets for the young guys on this roster. He mentioned the word tempo, and not necessarily anything at the plate like you hear tempo sometimes. He meant on a day-to-day basis in the grind of a big league season, the way he goes about it. 2-2.
Well, you have to play the game smart. I think that's the way you look at this thing. It's 162 games. You enjoy your days off. You understand what's going on, but this guy plays the game the right way. He doesn't dog it. He comes to the park ready to play, and he shows these guys how to get it done.
Works the count full against Urania. Peralta, leading vote getter among shortstops in the National League. Has a 2 million vote lead over the Giants' Brandon Crawford. Waits on this 3-2, and Urania has a 1-2-3 first inning, striking out Peralta for his first K. And Dan Jennings will send his lineup to the plate for the first time against Carlos Martinez when we come back to Miami. D. Gordon set to lead off the Marlins' first inning against Carlos Martinez, who misses away with a fastball. Gordon leading off for this Marlins squad with an offense 12th in the National League, averaging less than 4 runs per game. 1 ball and 1 strike. JT Realmuto bats behind him tonight. First time that he's hit above the 5 spot in the order. He hit second. Yelich and Stanton, that's been 3 and 4 over the last couple of weeks. Dietrich's in that 5 spot with Ozuna hitting 6th. Then Bohr, then Echeverria, and Urania.
Look at this lineup, and talking to Dan Jennings before the game, he wants to try to find that 2-hole hitter. Who's going to be that guy that steps up? And again, JT there gets a chance tonight, and you've seen Dietrich there a little bit, so he's trying to find that guy till Martin Prado gets back on the field.
Gordon's worked ahead 3-1, and Martinez issues the first walk to D. Gordon. No, that's ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. Martinez, control's been a bit of an issue for a guy that's been really good over the last few weeks. Bounce back to the mound. Martinez will take it to the bag to get Gordon the first out of the ballgame.
But I think the key to him, when you look at what he's been able to do consistently, Joe, is slow down a little bit. Find himself. He wanted this opportunity to start. He's gotten it and taken full advantage of it.
His first year as a full-time member of the rotation with the Shelby Miller trade to the Braves, and then Jaime Garcia dealing with the shoulder problems at the end of spring training. Gave him a chance to break the season in the rotation. You see the defense around him, just top 5 in the National League. JT Realmuto looks at ball 1. One ball and 1 strike. Martinez has pitched into the 7th in 6 consecutive starts, and he'd done that just 1 time over his first 15 career starts. So something has clicked for him over the last month or so. 1-2.
When you have a Gold Glove catcher as Yadier Molina behind the dish, you have to trust what he's putting down and go out there and execute it the best you can. And I think when you look at those numbers right there, you can probably attribute them to Molina saying, hey, you have to pitch ahead and not behind.
Realmuto does a nice job to fend it off. There's pitching coach Derek Lilliquist. Part of the Cardinals organization in various roles for a decade and a half now. Started as a minor league coach, came to the big leagues as a bullpen coach a few years ago, and then moved into this current role partway through that 2012 season. First under Mike Matheny. Martinez with a 1-2. Hills inside and it evens up.
You talk about Derek Lilliquist and what he's able to do with this young veteran staff is he's been around Lance Lynn. He's been around some Michael Wacha and some of these guys in the minor league system. So he knows these guys before they get to the big leagues.
And a breaking ball gets Realmuto for the second out of the inning. Martinez with his first punch out.
You see that big breaking ball rip out his hand, Joe, and that's just a tight break. You see that? That's an unhittable pitch. JT is just trying to make contact to foul it off.
And it's that secondary stuff coming along to complement the lively fastball that's made a big part of the difference for Martinez. Goes with a heater for strike 1 to Christian Yelich. City 230. 4 home runs and 15 knocked in. Goes upstairs for that one and bounces it by a drawn in Reynolds for the first base hit of the game. Christian Yelich with a 2-out single to keep the frame alive for Stanton.
This is a nice piece of hitting, going with the pitch, not trying to do too much. Getting a nice little lock. You see that ball away from him. Pulls his hands in nicely, but stays on it. Doesn't try to pull off. Gets that ball past Mark Reynolds over at third base for a knock.
Reynolds making only his 4th start at third base this season, with Carpenter getting the day off. So here's Giancarlo Stanton, major league leader in homers and RBIs. Interesting matchup to watch. A power pitcher against a power hitter. 25 bombs and 64 knocked in this year. Stanton moved into the starting outfield group in All-Star voting earlier today. He'd become only the 3rd position player to be voted into the All-Star game in a Marlins uniform as a starter. Gary Sheffield, Hanley Ramirez, the others. Slider for a strike, and Martinez ahead 1-2.
That's a great pitch, but you look at the difference with Carlos is the first 3 hitters, they get fastballs 93 to 94. Giancarlo steps in the box 97. You know the matchup.
Molina sets outside, goes there with his slider, and Stanton lays off to even the count.
If Carlos Martinez is getting that pitch right there over the plate, or being able to out his hand look like a strike, that's where he's going to be way effective.
Molina setting away again. Slider was hung and hammered. Number 26 of the season. 2-0 Miami. Wow.
That's amazing. I mean, you look at that, Joe, and you say to yourself, a dialed-in guy, 26 home of the season, but when you sit on the pitch, you see the slider grip out his hand, he knows it's coming, you leave it there. I say earlier he's getting that pitch over for a strike, but you leave it there, you're going to pay.
Yeah, it's got to be the right kind of strike. Stan hits his 26th home run to lead baseball. Brings up Derek Dietrich. He's got some power himself. He fouls it into the second deck.
That's why you love these matchups, because you're trying to get into the pitcher's head, you're trying to get into this hitter's head. And Stanton, you have to pick a pitch and eliminate the other ones. He picked the right one and smashed it.
Dietrich hits one softly to the right side. Xavier Scruggs feeding Martinez, who steps on the bag to finish the inning. But Giancarlo Stanton with a 2-run bomb and a 2-0 Marlins lead. As we look at our T-Mobile game changer, well, he's in some pretty good company in several different areas, but only 4 players in baseball history have reached 180 career home runs faster. Former Cardinal Albert Pujols did it in a Cardinals uniform. Now with the Angels, Mark Reynolds comes up and takes ball 1.
It's a great list, great company. You got to be consistent to be on that list. Consistently hitting balls far and small.
Not too fun so far, huh?
No. It gets better.
2-0 to Reynolds. Fouls off a fastball, and it's 2-1. Reynolds has moved into an everyday role for the Cardinals. Today it's at third. It's mostly been at first, with Matt Adams lost for the season with a torn quad. He was signed in the offseason, 1 year, $2 million, really to provide insurance at the corner infield spots. And it's paid off. 2-2.
It's paid off, and I think when you look at him, proven veteran, that you know what you're going to get when he steps on the field. And another guy, when you talk about Johnny Peralta being a clubhouse guy, Mark Reynolds is that guy as well.
Get a piece of a breaking ball. Moves to see another pitch, which is not something that over the course of his career you say a ton. 4 consecutive seasons he led baseball in strikeouts, included a record total during the 09 season, and chases a fastball for another K. Time for a game break. Here's Greg Wolf. All right, Greg. And Jason Hayward coming to the plate for the Cardinals. Boys, he started to heat up. Looks at a fastball in. It's 1-0. 11 for 20 on this current road trip for St. Louis. He's been their best hitter during the month of June.
And he's definitely stepped up since Matt Holliday is going on the deal with that quad injury. And the fact that he looks better. He understands what's going on, you know, with this team, and they needed him to step up. And he's taking on a challenge. I mean, this is what I expected out of Jason Hayward in his Braves days. But I think now he's solidified himself, you know, as a guy that's going to be around a long time. He's too athletic to not be a guy that goes out there and can have streaks like this consistently.
Takes a strike, and it's 3-1. Mike Matheny has described him as looking free. He looks much freer over the last few weeks. Past the point where he's trying to impress his new team, his new town. And he said not just the fact that he settled into a new team, but that swing's starting to feel better as well. Ken Rosenthal, you've got more.
Yeah, I talked to Jason before the game, Joe, and he said it's a question of timing as much as anything. Cliff, I want you to explain this for our audience. He said the key for him right now is getting into a better position to hit before the pitch is thrown. That allows him to be more free, allows him to track pitches better, gives him a greater margin for error.
Yeah, you're right, Ken. I mean, that's the key to him. I think, you know, we saw too much of him moving around at the plate. And I think now he's in a position where he feels very good, and he's letting it fly.
Pulls a bounce to the 4. That's 5 up and 5 down for Jose Urena. Hayward bounces out. And it's time to vote for your All-Stars with the 2015 Esurance MLB All-Star Game ballot for the 2015 All-Star Game. You can vote at MLB.com/vote and catch all of the excitement of the 86th All-Star Game July 14th live on Fox. Yadier Molina has been an All-Star in 6 consecutive seasons. Right now, second among NL catchers behind Buster Posey. Strike 1. Comes in riding a 7-game hitting streak. Mike Matheny told us before the game today, really happy with the way his at-bats are starting to look.
You know what? I saw him early in the season. I know he worked out really hard this offseason, and he lost a lot of weight. I think he's putting a little weight back on, and he's feeling better about himself. I know it's a grueling season behind that dish, but he's a guy that when you look at him now, this is an old Yachty we've seen in the past.
Dropped 25 pounds during the offseason. After dealt with injuries last year. Off speed, hooked off the end of the bat to left for a base hit. And the first Cardinals base runner of the game comes courtesy of Yadier Molina's 2-out single. So the hitting streak extended to 8. The inning kept alive for John Jay.
See another slider down the zone. He stays on that thing. That's a nice piece. That ball almost hit the ground, Joe, and he stayed on it for a knock. That's when you're going good. When you're going bad, that ball's a ground ball that hits for real shortstop, inning over.
Check out the Fox tracks where that pitch was. That ball's hammered to right center by John Jay. Making a Miami homecoming tonight. You can tell by the reaction of the crowd. He's got a good number of people here to watch him. At the Christopher Columbus High School, and then there's a hurricane as well.
It's always good to come back home.